This is Anaya.
And this is Lydia.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
It's okay. So we're here. We're about to do a sisters edition Q&A. Y'all asked some questions on Instagram, and we're gonna answer those questions for y'all. Okay? We're gonna actually try to answer them because some of these questions, like, you in our business. You in my business. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
But we gonna answer it anyways. Okay, you wanna start? Okay, the oldest go first.
I feel like that answers the first question.
Oh, anyways, who is the oldest? Ta-da.
Me. I'm the oldest.
Yeah, she's
So
the
I
oldest.
share my birthday. That's TMI.
No, you can share your birthday.
My birthday is December 18, 2001.
And mine is August 3rd, 2002.
Yes.
So she's the oldest. She's a few months older than me. She's not that old.
21. My sister's about to be 21, and we about to turn
Can
up
you
real
do
big for
something?
her birthday. We about to turn up real big.
Okay.
Real big.
Your turn.
Okay. What is your zodiac sign?
By our birthday, y'all should try to figure it out.
Right.
So we're gonna give you a second. Say y'all. I'm a Leo.
I'm a Sagittarius. We both fire signs.
Child, don't get me started on that one.
She the Leo to my Sage.
She said to my Leo. Her. It said, okay, question 3. Are y'all biological sisters? Blood does not make family, okay?
Okay.
Let me tell you, come close. Blood does not make family, okay? That is my sis. I don't care. We don't come from the same DNA, but we're this. We're sisters.
That's
Anytime somebody asks me, oh, that's your friend? No, that's my sister. Come correct.
Okay. Or don't come.
At all.
For real. Okay. How did y'all meet?
Ooh, this fucking We went to the same school. We went to the same high school. But during high school, we didn't really we wasn't really close. We had classes, but we didn't really talk much.
She was in my advisory.
Yeah, I was a quiet kid, and she was more of like the outgoing type, and I was just more. Yes, you had more like. I feel like people knew you more than me because I was so laid back. People didn't start knowing me until like. People didn't. They're right.
Yo, what? Everybody did not know me.
I paid attention. And I was very quiet because I was going through personal things, but me and her didn't really start talking until.
No, one day I was right on her business. I was like,
Wait,
remember in advisory?
what you say?
I said, what's in your box? You was like, That's when we started talking. Remember we was about to go to Goldstein class?
What's in my box?
Remember the last day of school?
Oh!
We started talking that day.
We had this assignment. We created a box and we had to put like personal things in there or something. She was trying to be in my business, like,
yo, did I talk to this girl a day in my life?
I was looking at her like, who you?
I just walked up to her like, so what's in your box?
None of your business. And then we just started talking.
I felt like it was my business.
Girl, this is our problem. That's our problem right here. Exhibit A, right here.
I felt like it was my business. She was not trying to tell me.
It's nice to know. I don't know you like that.
Yo,
but after that, we went to Vanillova. It's called VIEW. What it stands for? Vanillova Initiative Engagement Woman.
Yeah.
It's basically a college prep program for all girls, girls only. And we spent time at Vanillova, like actually on the campus, on the university. And we stay at the dorm. We go to classes. We go on trips. It's all girls. It's like kind of building a sisterhood.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
And even still to this day, like they still host events where we can all come together and just like enjoy each other's company, reconnect, catch up with each other.
Exactly.
It's really empowering.
It's like the place that changed our lives. This is how we came to where we at. So the rundown of what really, how we really. So basically, she had a room to herself. I had a roommate. She was an upperclassman. She was never in the room with me. I'm guessing she just didn't want to be around because I'm young.
And I don't know why everybody else had a roommate except for me. I was the only one who was rooming by myself. Like, what was that even about? And then y'all left me on the first floor with Miss Nicole. I was the only one on the first floor.
She was basically with the supervisor the whole time.
Like,
then she found out that my roommate was never here, so she basically moved to herself in my room.
I did.
She moved, and then let me tell you how she was over here eating my Oreos.
First of all, no, don't do that. Don't do that. She offered the Oreos, yo.
And then I offered, she started zoom. Okay,
then don't offer it. Like,
she started eating them joints. I'm like, well,
listen, yes. That night we watched Moana. We started a vibe.
We got deep.
We did. We got real.
Me and roommates, we got deep. We started talking about traumas. We started crying.
Everything.
Child.
I would have thought we really knew each other.
From forever. Like
that
history.
That's
Child. Then that's how it all started. And then it says,
how long have y'all known each other? Since our freshman year at high school. So that's
we were 16.
15.
16.
That's like 6 years. Almost.
Yeah, that's almost 6 years.
Girl.
Yeah, we knew each other for a while.
Oh.
It felt longer than that.
It really do. It
felt like
so much longer.
forever. We knew each other since we was kids. What's the other question? What's something y'all love about each other?
I'm gonna let y'all know what I love about Lydia, which I loved about her since day one. Lydia is all about God.
God is.
When I tell y'all, yo,
I don't play
we
about
used to
him.
share a room, and every single morning and night, I'm telling you, from the day that we like roomed with each other at Villanova, Lydia would pray and pray and pray.
I don't play about him.
Always had that Bible, like, and
I stay that Bible, okay?
any advice that she gives, like, it comes from that, like, perspective of, like, God is going to take care of you, like, God got it. And I love that about her. She carries herself so gracefully. She's a very kind-hearted and giving and loving person.
Yeah.
Yes, and just a strong believer in God. Like, and she really walks on her feet, and I really love that about her. Shut up. Shut up. Don't even say nothing.
She's not the lovey-dovey type. Like, you be trying to like hug on her, she be like, okay, that's enough. Like,
please. Oh my God.
Child.
Please.
Okay, something I love about, I love this about her since I met her, even before, like I said, I knew that a lot of people know her. My sister got confidence, okay? She had confidence since she was a little girl. She walked around with that head high, shoulder up, and just, and then I love the way she dressed. The way she dressed is so unique. She just wear her own thing. She's very creative of what she wear, and it's like how she look. You gonna know. She be like, I'm that girl.
That girl.
I'm that big girl. I'm that gala. Okay, she's that girl. Don't play with her. I love the way she carry herself. She knows her worth, and she carry it. She carry you. You would know based off like her aura, like just the energy. You can sense like, oh, she knows like, oh, I know me. I see my reflection. I know I'm the fucking girl.
Let's get into it a little bit, because that just made me think about something. Like, do you feel like, even though, like, we might come off that way, like, oh, like, I'm super confident or I know my worth, but like, do you feel like you always knew what your worth is?
I had them days where I did not like myself at all. I disliked every bit of me. I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. I was very disgusted with my reflection, and I was the type where I would get dressed for school, just like freshman year when I said I wasn't really paying attention. Like, I just was going through so much that I would get dressed for school, and I would do whatever I wanted. I wouldn't even look in the mirror and just go to school because I didn't want to see myself. I wasn't really pleased with the girl in the mirror. And now, you see this body? You see this skin? You see this melanin? I'm gonna show it all because this is God creation, baby. We came a long way though. And then when I look back, I'm like, girl, I should smack you. Cause why would you like this? I girl. No, nothing can tell us otherwise.
I didn't feel like I always knew my worth either. Like, growing up, I always knew I was different from other people, but people make you feel like you don't belong when you're different. And so you try to, like, alter yourself, sometimes make yourself smaller just to fit in or just to feel like you belong.
Right.
And I feel like I did that for a long time. Even with you saying, like, I exude confidence and, like, I always walk with my head held high. I do, because that's what I want to portray. That's the energy that I want to give off. I don't want people to think that I'm weak or that, you know, I don't love myself or I'm not confident in myself. But sometimes deep down inside, I do have those moments where I'm unsure of myself. But I try to always just, I don't know, project, like, confidence and just self-love and knowing that I'm worthy, even when I sometimes don't feel like it.
So you always practice it.
Deep down inside, I know that I am. Like,
you gotta bring it out.
Exactly. Next question. What is it like having a sister?
Well, growing up, before I came to America, I was only like the only girl. So, and I'm the oldest daughter, the oldest child, like girl on my mom's side, and my dad had boys. I had 2 older brothers, and I was on the 3rd child, and I was the only girl. So I never really experienced having a sister, and my mom didn't really have kids until I was like another sister of mine, until I was leaving Africa. So I never really got the time to really maneuver and experience that with her and actually be there for my sister and just be like, oh, I have a sister. It's like I knew I have a sister, but I never felt it or experienced it. Then when I got here and me and her like started building that bond and that sisterhood, I'm like, it's actually nice. She can get on my fucking nerves.
Don't be telling me people that.
You're keeping it real. She can get on my nerves, but just like every friendship and every relationship in this life is constant ups and downs. But the goodness outweighs the bad. Always. Like even days that we would be mad at each other's like, this is the person I want to go through when when I'm going through something. This is the person I feel comfortable with. No matter what, we can have our petty moments and we would not talk to each other or be mad at each other. The minute we start talking again, here we are, kiki.
Yes, like nothing
laughing like nothing ever happened. Like, are you serious? You didn't mad at me. Are you kidding me?
Sometimes we'd be like, what was that even about?
Like, and then she's the type to drag it out. I'm like, you still mad at me? Like, get over it.
Yeah.
But it's really, how you feel about having a sister?
So just like Lydia, like growing up, I was the only girl. Like I have a sister on my dad's side, but I never knew her. I never met her before. I don't even know if she knows that I exist or that we're even sisters, but I never really like had a sister, you know, on my mom's side. My mom has all boys and they're all younger than me. Like, and it just was like having a sister and having somebody my age like in my life who I can really sit down and have those real deep conversations with, things that I felt like I couldn't talk to my mom about, and knowing that I have somebody that actually has my back. Like, what you about to play in my face? I'm about to call my sis.
Like what's up? What you
like,
say?
No, like really knowing that I have somebody there who really just don't play about me. Like it's just different. It's a whole different feeling. Like,
you know how Dirk said, they say it's favoritism, but it's only
no, for real.
most.
And what I will say is I've never been a type of like person to have like a lot of friends, especially female friends. So like having my sis, like I feel like that's really like all I need. Like I feel
it's
like
I'm a friend and a sister at the same time. It's like work with me.
Yes, that's my best.
That was another part I say. Is she your best friend?
Yes.
Yes.
My favorite thing to do, and I just realized this the other day. My favorite thing to do is to go to Lydia's house and go to her closet and try her stuff.
You did what?
My favorite thing to do is to go to Lydia's house and try her stuff.
You was trying on my, how you put it back? I didn't even notice that.
I like trying her stuff.
She's a weirdo. Wait. What? That's what you was doing yesterday?
No, Lydia be mad though. I swear.
I think you're so mad.
I used to go in her closet and just take her stuff without asking her. That's what sisters do.
And she felt entitled. just don't care. Like, you pissing me off. Why you not mad? Because I'm mad.
Because my whole thing is, first of all, we wear the same size. Let's start there. We
got
wear
your
the
own
same
clothes.
size.
But my whole thing is, my problem with her was, I would ask her. She never asked me. So just be like,
no, one thing Lydia gonna do is shop for some clothes, okay? Lydia had all the clothes, okay? So I was right in her closet. I'm sorry, but I was right in her closet. Just like I still
she
be
thought
in
my
her
freaking
closet.
closet was the store.
I still be in her closet. Anyway. Oh my God, no. My favorite thing to do with Lydia is go to church. My favorite thing to do is go to church.
I got this girl in church taking notes.
Yes, she got me in church taking notes and stuff. Oh my God.
Cause we don't play about God over here.
No, we don't play about
And he
God.
don't play
And God
about
don't play
us.
about us. Period.
When you
Don't
say,
play.
oh, weapon against us shall not prosper.
Okay.
Send it, and it will be sent back to the sender. Okay? Don't play with us. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Come on, baby. Don't. Hey. Okay, what's the next? What it say? It said, y'all everything to do together. You said it though. I would say, she said the whole going to my house and whatever. I love asking her opinion on my outfits. Because we both know how to dress.
Mm.
And then it's like when I ask her and she just be like, oh, try this on, do this, do that. And I like that about us. Like, I like having a sister where I can do that with. And we always make sure we don't step outside the house without looking good. And if somebody looking a mess, sis, take that off.
Exactly.
You looking like a mess.
And this
Honesty. Oh, we brutal. It's like, dang. What about my feelings?
one of my other favorite things to do, I guess this is not necessarily like do together, but one of the things that I like to do is, I know sometimes I can overthink, and I know sometimes like, yeah, like I overreact to certain things, and sometimes I have to go to her and ask her like, am I tripping? Is this situation like really, like, is it really what I think it is, or am I just tripping? Because like, she's more level-headed, like, and I feel like me, like sometimes I go off on the deep end, and sometimes I be needing like somebody to pull me back in, like, no,
Come back to me, sis. I'm an overthinker too, but I do the same thing with her. Sometimes you go through certain situations and it may trigger your mood, and then like you like, first of all, and I just be like, okay, I get where you're coming from, but don't go there yet.
yeah,
If we gotta get there, we will get there. Oh, another thing I like to do with her is go to the gym, cause I mean,
she be eating me up in the gym. Oh my God.
She leave the gym. She told my son the L and leg day stand for Lydia. Like,
It really do, okay. The other leg, they stand for Yo, for real. Oh my God.
yo, okay, what's the next
Okay.
question?
Who is the mom / overprotective one?
I don't play with my sister, even though she's the oldest. I'm like this with everybody I love. You play with the one that I love, I'm coming for you. I don't play about, and it's like, this is my sister, and this is the only sister I have, and I never had it before, and we go through our ups and downs, we go through our own, but it's like, when it comes down to it, there's no second guessing. I don't care. It's like, sometimes, yeah, my sister may be wrong in situations, but if we in front of other people, I'm defending her. Then later on, behind the door, I'm gonna be like, alright, sis, you was wrong.
Like
You was wrong. But play with my sister, that's that ass.
Period. And I also don't play about my sis. And one thing I will say about Lydia is, like I mentioned earlier, she's a very kind-hearted, and
So if I
very
step out of
soft
line,
and loving person. And I feel like sometimes people take that for granted, and they take advantage of that. And I be like, hold on, sis. Hold on. We not doing it. We not doing it.
I love too hard, and she be having to me like, girl, Lydia,
Yeah, like,
this person is trying you. And I just like, but she be like,
no.
no but.
No.
Who is more funny? But I think we both funny, but I'm funnier.
She's funnier. I'm funny on a low. Like, I say funny stuff like on the low. Like, I be funny without trying to be funny.
Yeah,
She just be outright funny. Like, it's so goofy. She's so goofy. Like, oh my
oh my god, she be catching cracks me up when she be funny. I just be like, what?
Sometimes I just be looking at her like,
She'll be mad. I just be here like.
no, for real. I be like, all right.
She just be like, then she bust out laughing because you gonna laugh on her. You mad?
No, for real.
I don't care. What's something you've learned from each other? I feel like I've learned so much from you. My biggest thing I would say I've learned from you is to stand up for myself. I feel like I've noticed and I've witnessed so many situations that my sister been in, and every time, and she's as like kind-hearted as I am, and she love hard, care hard. In some situations people be taking advantage, and they just be like, I've seen her maneuver through those situations where sometimes she be having to like, don't play with me. And one thing about my sister, she can get very disrespectful about herself, because that's because she know her standards, she have morals, and she respect herself. And sometimes before, like I said, I was a quiet kid or whatever, but she was the one that like made that confidence and that like boldness come out of me. Like sometimes you just be having to stand up to things in this life. No matter the situation is, if you're not being respected and being treated the way you're supposed to be treated, sometimes you have to really just stand up and speak up, regardless if the person want to hear it or not. And that's one thing I learned from her, is to stand up for myself, to walk in my truth, and to be independent. That part too, because I've always been independent before I met her, but she made it increase. Like it just developed my independentness, bro. Now I just be like, my sister told me, because you think I'm gonna need you?
I don't need you for not a thing.
It's okay. I ain't even gotta tell you. You just gonna have to watch.
I've learned so many things from Lydia, from wanting to grow closer to God and just wanting to be an overall better person. But I think one of the biggest things that I've taken away from our relationship is staying focused and staying motivated. Like I remember every day after school we used to go on runs and we used to run, and I did not want to go. I would stop and she would be like, come on sis, come on sis. We literally went every day. Like I don't know what it was with her running, but every
I love exercise.
It would be some days where I'd be like, no,
I'd be like, nah, I don't care. Or you ever seen that TikTok? It be like, rap pop, I'm tired of this. Like, well, that's too damn bad.
And like, no matter what it was in life that I was doing, like, if I ever wanted to quit or give up, she just was not having it. Like, sis,
we ain't no quitters.
What are you doing? Like,
I'm up together.
It's time to figure out what you about to do next. Like, I don't know what you're doing right now.
If you gotta take a break and cry about it, okay, that's cool. But you gotta get back up. I don't care how long it takes you. As long as you get back up, I'm here, and I'm gonna be here to support you and bring your hand. Give me a hand. I'm gonna pull you up. Let's go. Chop, chop, chop. We ain't staying there. We gonna keep going up. It's stuck.
She don't play. And I feel like we all need somebody like that in our lives that's just constantly pushing us and who wants us to be better. Like, who wants to see that better version
I know her potential
of us. Yeah.
So it's like, if I gotta motivate you and encourage you to do better and keep thriving to be a better version of yourself, here I am. Heard you bitches. Bitch, here I go.
Child, they won't be in us from
They better not.
I feel like we just kind of answered it. How do you keep each other?
Yeah, we answered that question. How do you keep each other?
When you are overwhelmed, do you like to isolate for a while or be around loved ones?
I feel like she had, I like both, but I'm leaning more towards isolate. Cause when it depends on what I'm also going through. And I've had my days of like 1 minute I'll be okay, then my trauma and my childhood trauma would just hit me out of nowhere, and then now I'm just like trying to get back in my bubble. And one thing I had to learn from this situation is like, I used to isolate myself all the time, and it just be like, you can't just do that. You can't be all lovey-dovey with a person one minute and the next you just pushing them away. That's rude. And she used to be mad at me for that. They just be like, I didn't used to notice that I was doing that, because when I get in that mood, everything just go like, I just be blindsided by it, and I be so consumed with my emotion and what I'm going through that I just want to be by myself. But I've learned that during those times, okay, it's cool to take time to yourself, but it's also beneficial to have your loved ones by your side. So you're not in your room constantly overthinking, overplaying whatever situation you went through in your head over and over and over, because it's only gonna get you more in the dark than you already are. But when you're around people that loves you, they're gonna bring you back and bring you out of that darkness. So I'm both, but I've learned that it's good to just be surrounded by loved ones, so you're not like getting more depressed and just losing yourself.
I agree. I think I'm the same way. Like, naturally, when I'm going through something, anything, whether that's feeling overwhelmed or I'm feeling down, I want to be to myself. Partly because I don't want to feel like I'm making my problems someone else's problems, and partly because I don't know, I just like going through things by myself. But at the same time, like, when I do that, sometimes I feel lonely and I be feeling like, damn, don't nobody care. But it's like, it's not that nobody cares, it's nobody knows what's going on. So sometimes you really got to sit with yourself and say, okay, maybe I have to speak up about what it is that I'm going through, so that somebody can actually be there for me. And I feel like that's something that I honestly still kind of struggle with a little bit. But it's like, I don't know. Eventually I come to my senses and I be like, okay, like, let me just talk to somebody. Like,
that's one thing I've noticed about her, like, through her process of growing. I've noticed, like, she's more open and more communicative when it comes to the things she goes through. Even if it's like the little bittiest thing, she'll just be like, Lydia, I want to talk to you about this. And it's like, that's a big progress for her. That's a major difference in her. And it's like, both of us used to just hold it in, but now we have each other or other people, friends or whatever, whoever it is that's there at the time, because people do be busy. But it's just be like, I want to talk about it, and it's like, talking about it gets you resolution. Like, you not talking about it is holding it in, but when you talk about it, it gets resolved. And not only does it get resolved, it's like a weight being lifted off your shoulders. Like, you're just like, whew.
And even like, just touching on it a little bit, like, I feel like even though some of those times where we would go days without talking to each other and we was just being petty, sometimes it really was you going through your own thing, I'm going through my own thing, and we both just not talking to each other. So then we think it's a problem between the both of us, when really we both just dealing with our own shit. And we both eventually come together and be like, okay, sis, this is what's going on. And I'll be like, okay, this is what's going on with me. And then we'd be like, damn, why didn't you just tell me this? Like,
but you live and you learn and you grow, so it's a part of the whole process. Okay, how do you balance everything, be patient, and maintain consistency on a daily? Pray about it.
Pray about it.
Cause what he doing?
Pray.
Yes, he will. Pray about it. I feel like I'm the type of person that prays out loud, vocalize my praying. Cause when I pray, it's more like venting. Like, I would be going through something and, like, I just say, like, it's better to talk to people about it. But sometimes when I go through certain things, if somebody asks, like, oh, do you want to talk about this? I be like, oh no, it's okay. I'm gonna go talk to God. I'm gonna go pray about it first. Then I'm gonna go talk to somebody about it, because God can use other people to give you the answer that you need. One thing I always prioritize is to confide in God first before anything. I'm gonna go vent and I'm gonna go let it out. If I gotta cry about it, I'm gonna go cry about it through prayer. I'm gonna go do whatever it is. I'm gonna go read the Bible, whatever it is. I'm gonna go to God for sure. Because one thing about him, he got my back, front, and sides. So, and that's the most person, like Proverbs 3:5 said, trust in God with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. I can't go through this life and just think I can go through it on my own, because when I tried on my own, it didn't work
at all.
It did not work. I was stumbling. I would just keep making mistakes over and over and over. But when I tried it God's way and was patient and waited on him, because God's timing is the best timing.
Always.
So pray about it.
Always on time.
And not everybody's religious, but it's like sometimes whatever it is that you feel comfortable doing, use that as like an outlet to just get through those moments. Because I go to Jesus. I'm Christian. We're Christians. I go to God about it, and in some ways I always feel relieved afterwards. Just be like the Holy Spirit be taking over, and I just be feeling like, whew, I'm gonna leave it to God, because he said not to worry about it. So
Exactly.
God, here you go. I'm gonna sit back and look beautiful, and I'm gonna do my part, but the rest is to him.
Yeah, I agree. Like, just trusting in God's plan and staying focused. Like, it's gonna be days where you don't feel like it. It's gonna be days where you feel like giving up. Like, there's definitely days where I don't want to show up at all. But it's like, when you stay consistent and you trust God, like, and when you trust God, I feel like that's where patience comes in. You learn how to be patient through learning how to trust God. Like, then you'll be fine. Everything
And
works
be
itself
careful.
out.
Be careful going to God and tell him to teach you how to be patient, because she's gonna put you through things that's gonna make you be patient. Some prayers are just, you gotta be careful. Just like saying to God, like, if this person not meant to be in my life, God, take them away. Oh, that's like the most dangerous. That's like the most dangerous prayer you can ever say, because he's gonna, oh, okay, you want to come back to me? I'm going to remove them. So you got to be mentally and physically and emotionally ready and prepared to handle you having to let that person go, instead of you holding on tightly like, oh my God, I'm not ready to go. But you just prayed about it. You just told God to take this person away. Why would you pray about something you're not ready to handle? So be careful what you ask God for too, because he's going to do it. He's going to do it. I ate that up.
That's so powerful. That's so powerful.
Oh my God.
The passages literally talked about that on Sunday. Like, you can have a fresh start,
Oh yes.
but you have to be ready for it.
You have to
Do not ask God for anything that you're not ready for. That was so good.
Okay, this question, I don't know. I know I asked this, but it said, Lydia, are you single or taking? My whole thing is, why would you direct the question to me when I said my sister and I are having a Q&A? Why would you do that? This is not about Lydia. This is about Sanaya and Lydia. So I'm gonna answer this question. We're both gonna answer this question, because don't try to isolate my sister out. That's not funny. Anyways, I should really say mind your business, but child, they trying to be my business. I am single. I am single, happily single. This is the happiest I've been, because I had my whole experience of dating, but I am so committed to the relationship to myself right now. Right now I'm in a relationship with Lydia. Lydia, and the other person is God. This is the time where I, like, before a few weeks ago, I deleted Instagram, and prior to that, I was dating somebody, and what I've learned from that is that when I'm dating, I be so consumed into that person. I be so consumed about being with that person and doing, because I love hard, I care hard for people. So when the person comes into the picture, it's like all my priorities and stuff go out the window, and I had to catch myself like, hold on. And not only was I losing track of myself, but I was also losing track of God. And it just was like, this is not how this is supposed to go. So you gotta go, so I can focus on me and God. And that was like the best almost 2 months I had in my life. I was learning so much about myself. I had my days of healing. I had my days of revelations. I had my days of learning about myself, being by myself, no social media, no conversation with anybody, where I was working on things that matter to me, such as me settling into my apartment and reading books and just like talking to God. And during that process, I was like, being single is the best decision I ever made. But I've been single for like almost, I've been single for like 3 years now, and I have dated. But during that singledom of mine, I am learning so much about myself, and the more I go, the more in love I get in myself, the more in tune I get in myself, the more I learn about myself, and the closer I get to God. If it brings me back to God, a win is a win. A win is a win.
I'm also so.
Keep trying to be like me.
I'm also single, and I feel like I've been single since, it's been a year. My latest relationship was a really toxic, really bad
Niggas be fucking shit up.
relationship.
I'm sorry, excuse my niggas.
No, seriously, and I really just want to touch on it, because prior to that relationship, I feel like I invested so much into myself. Like, I had finally gotten to that place where I was comfortable with myself. I loved myself. I loved where I was in my life. And I feel like he drained all of that out of me. Every single last drop of it was just going. And when I left that relationship, I felt like I had to start all over. I had to rebuild myself. I had to find what made me happy again. Like, all the progress that I made was just going. But right now, I'm single. And I know that when I do get into my next relationship, hopefully, he want to marry me. I don't know.
No, seriously, I don't know. You better speak that into existence.
I want a Christian, God-fearing man, okay?
Talk about it.
I want a Christian, God-fearing man.
Because God got to stay.
And I'm going to wait on it. And so that's what God brings me. So yes, we're going to let it go.
That reminds me of a gospel song. It be like, wait on the Lord. Ciao.
What's your future goals? It can be long term or short term. Love y'all, Kiki.
Love you too, Kiki.
Love you, Kiki.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? So you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always. Love you, Kiki.
Yes, love you.
Our Kiki love us. I don't know about Drake, but anyways, okay, future goal. Okay, so currently I'm a working scholar. I go to school and I also work. I'm trying to get my healthcare degree, then move into nursing because I want to become a registered nurse, but a travel registered nurse, so I can be able to travel the world and also help other people. I'm a very caring and loving person, so it's like I want to give back to this life. I want to give back to people. And during that process, I know going to school, I'm still have to work. So I got a part-time job right now in retail. But I also want to, I'm taking classes this summer in July, which is right now in June. But I'll be taking classes in like 2 weeks. I'm taking 2 classes, but I'm also adding on to that, and I want to become a CNA. So I have to take a class and become a CNA. So that's my short-term goal. And my long-term goal. I want to become a CNA, short-term, and one day become Nurse Lydia, okay?
Period. And she will be.
Amen.
Registered nurse will be.
Amen.
Period. My long-term goal is to become a real estate investor. So right now, I do have my real estate license, and I am a licensed real estate agent. I'm sorry. I am a licensed real estate agent. I did take away from the agent aspect of things because I do want to get more into investing. So yeah, that's like my long-term goal.
And she want to go to school.
Alright.
Same.
Alright. I do want to go back to school, but right now, like with the job that I have, so I'm also a supervisor at the United States Postal Service.
Like, my sister is 21 and doing big things, okay? 21. Age doesn't matter.
Okay.
Period.
So I'm also a supervisor at the United States Postal Service, and my schedule is pretty decent. Like I work 7 to 3, so I feel like I could take some nighttime classes.
Yeah, you just gonna have to look at it.
But I don't know. It's also that thought of like, is that something that I'm going to be able to handle?
Because school is no joke.
It's really not. Like, and I don't know anything about
I be
it.
ready to punch my laptop or my iPad. Same.
It's definitely something that I want to do. I do want to go back to school.
She's a nerd.
Fresh out of high school. I was in college for like a little bit, but I was too caught up in the pressures of what everybody wanted me to be and what everybody wanted me to do. And I knew at that time that being in school was not something that I wanted. I wanted a break. And then I think like COVID and like having to go to school from home really didn't help me at all. But like going back to school, like now that I have like an idea of what I want to do, it's not a bad idea. I think it's something that I'm really interested in. Plus I miss school. Like I really do.
We were some nerds and all A students. Straight A's, like don't play with us. That's one thing about us. We was in the books.
We really was.
How to stay motivated going to the gym when dealing with life. I'm gonna eat this.
I feel like that question is for her because I go to the gym sometimes, but I don't be in the gym like Lydia be in the gym. Lydia be in the gym. Lydia be in the gym.
You're annoying.
She be in the gym. Like.
See, that's what I be talking about. She just be saying stuff.
Yeah, she really do.
Okay, so one thing I would say is being in the gym for quite a long time now. Like, cause I used to run track during high school, and right after high school, I wasn't running track in college, but I was still working out in the, like, at my own time, personal workouts. And during that process, I love my body. It's just about mainly staying in shape and improving my body. Cause it's like I'm young now and I look good, but when I get old, I still want to look good. So I gotta keep this intact. And one thing I've learned through that process is some days I'll be like, I don't feel like going to the gym. Cause I be dealing with so much when it comes to school, when it comes to working, when it comes to personal issues in my life, and I just be like having some days and I'm just like, I don't want to go to the gym. Let me tell y'all something. The day you don't feel like going to the gym, that's the day you should definitely go to the gym. Because I've had patterns before where I'm like, oh, I'm not going to the gym today. And guess what? I don't go today. I'm not going tomorrow. I'm not going the day after that. Then it becomes a repeated cycle. Then, not only do I lose that consistency and that development that I did prior to when I was working out, I had to rebuild that and then continue it. But if I would have went to the gym just today when I didn't feel like going, then I would have continued that consistency. I would continue working on my progress in my body instead of having to restart. So when you don't feel like going to the gym, go to the gym. Get your behind up and go to the gym. And the intent to go into the gym and wanting to go to the gym is get cute clothes wears, like gym outfits. I get mine from Target. But for the girlies, when you look good, you're gonna want to go to the gym. And I'm not saying look good for other people, but you're gonna look good. Like, you're gonna want to go to the gym. So make sure you wear something that you're comfortable with, that you're happy with, and just go to the gym. Don't be lazy. If you're watching this right now and you deciding that you should go to the gym or not, get your ass in the gym. Get your behind in the gym. I'm sorry, I'm not being mean, but like, it's only beneficial for you. You're working on yourself. This is for you. This is projects for you. You're gonna be your biggest cheerleader. Like, you have to keep telling yourself, even if you don't feel like going, talk to yourself. Because I talk to myself like, no, Lydia, get up. We're going to the gym. One way or another, we're going to the gym. Because I want to feel better afterwards.
Oh, how do y'all feel about dating in 2023? I personally feel like the dating pool,
It's booty.
it is, and it's been that way for a while. And I feel like before, like, we knew that it wasn't we knew that it wasn't like good, but we also didn't love ourselves the way that we do now. So we were quote unquote okay with certain things that we're no longer okay with. Like, and dating in 2023, when you're self-aware, when you know yourself, when you love yourself, when you now have certain expectations and certain standards. And a lot of these men out here, they don't know themselves, they don't love themselves, they don't have any morals. Like, and it's like they want these women with such high morals, and you want your girlfriend to carry herself a certain way, when it's like, you don't even do that for yourself. Like, you don't even carry yourself that way. So how do you want somebody? How do you expect somebody that carries themselves that way to want you? Like, I feel like the dating pool today is really just like, it's trash. It's really
toxic.
trash.
It's very toxic.
And that's why
It's so much dishonesty, disloyalness, disrespect. And then it's like, nowadays, guys are praised for having so much bodies. And having so much body comes with so much soul ties. And they don't like, I feel like our generation, for like, sex is so normalized nowadays that in the dating world, that's all it's about. Sex. And it's like, whoa, what about love? What about going out and doing things and getting to know each other? What about having conversation, communication? What about really like being in the moment instead of like I hate a guy where everything about is my outer appearance. I have something inside of me. I am somebody. Get to know what's inside of me. Don't just focus on the exterior version of me. Don't focus on my body. Don't focus on that. I mean, yes, find me attractive, but my mind is also attractive.
My soul is attractive.
My spirit, like, it's so much to me than just my body. Like, what you mean? Respect me. And then it's like, us, we have such high standards for ourselves and high standards for who's coming into our life. If you're a guy, we have high standards for you too, because we have high standards for ourselves. So you better act accordingly. And it's like, if you're not acting accordingly, and we speak up, all of a sudden we're intimidated. If you can't handle it, then walk. Exactly. Then get stepping. Because I'm not about to dim my light just so you can feel comfortable.
Change my standards, alter my expectations. I'm not doing none of it.
Just so you can feel comfortable and mighty. Start, no. Go find somebody else who's going to do that. Exactly. Right idea, wrong girls.
Okay. You thought what I'm not about to do is feed a man's ego. Absolutely not.
Like what? Be so. So I just feel like in today's generation, there's so much healing that's needed, and everybody, it's like, you know the saying, it's like hurt people hurt people. Everybody's just out here getting out of one relationship where they didn't take the time to heal, take the time to process, take the time to learn from that previous relationship, and they carry on to somebody else now. They are projecting what happened in their previous situation onto this new person, and it's like, I didn't do anything to you.
Exactly.
So why are you attacking me? And it's like so much mind games and so much manipulation and tactics that goes into these things that's just like, why are you like this? You need help. Seek it. It's not cute. And then everybody thinks it's cute. It's not cute. Being delusional is not cute. It's actually sickening and trifling. It's not it. Seek therapy. And that's another thing. I feel like being black in general, or being the generation, people feel like they don't need therapy. I go to therapy every Tuesday. And I'm proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not I love it because it helps me to become better for myself and the people around me. So not only is it beneficial for me internally but it's also beneficial for those around me, even strangers, because now I know how to deal with my emotions and deal with myself mentally. I'm not carrying whatever it is that I'm going through onto other people because I'm facing it. You have to face these things you're going through instead of trying to be in denial. It's like you're letting it build up. Then you're out here hurting other people that didn't do anything to you. And that comes with dating, that comes with friendship, that comes with family, that comes in so many different areas of life. And it's like, you gotta work on yourself to be better for other people. Not just for yourself, but for other people. It would be good if you're better for yourself, but when you're better for you, then you're better for other people.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like, just to piggyback off of that, like, a lot of people don't know how to be by themselves and to cope with the things that they go through. A lot of people don't even know who exactly it is that they are. And I feel like before you get into a relationship, you have to be in one with yourself. You have to know who you are, to know what you want, out of someone else in a relationship, and to also not carry those toxic traits into a relationship. So I feel like until you know yourself, you can't possibly know what you want from someone else. So I feel like before you get into a relationship or even dating, date yourself. Figure out what it is that you like, what you don't like, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. Like, know exactly what it is that you expect. Figure out what your expectations are. What are your standards? What are your morals? Like, what do you want? What do you want to gain from this relationship, or what do you want out of this person? Like, what does your ideal person look like? Like, you know, like you have to know those things. And I feel like a lot of the times we just go with what feels good in that moment. Like, oh, it feels good to have somebody. It feels good to be able to talk to somebody about maybe some of the things that it is that you're going through, and you start to depend on that company. But
you need your own company.
Yeah, and you gotta just learn how to face your traumas, like what you said.
And most importantly, do not settle. Don't settle.
Oh, please don't settle.
Please do not do it. And I know they say there's plenty of fish in the water, so don't settle. And it's like, yeah, you like, oh, I want that fish. Okay, but is that fish treating you well? Is they respecting you? Is they treating you like the queen you deserve to be treated, or is they treating you like the king you deserve to be treated? Don't settle. There's better out there for you. Who is for you is gonna come to you. Trust me. And then it's like what you go through with these people is also a learning experience, so don't take it too much to heart. Don't hold grudge against these type of situations, because it's like you live and you learn. Anybody that I have ever dated that didn't work out was like, okay, I learned. And one thing to take from that is like, don't relearn a lesson you already learned. Saying it, don't go back to a situation that has hurted you. Like if the person apologized, cool, apology accepted, but access denied. They don't need to come back and do the shitty shit they did to you again. Walk away. And I know it's hard to walk away. It's easier said than done. But walking away is going to save you so much headache and so much ups and downs. So don't settle. Just because you feel like, oh, but he does this for me. Oh, she does this for me. Okay, but are you happy?
Exactly.
Are you happy? It's a difference between love and lust. Don't settle. Please don't. Don't do it.
And please know the difference between love and lust.
Please do. Please do. If it's love, it will not confuse you. It will not have you going through these emotions and mood swings. If it's love, you would know. You won't be having all these headaches and all these debate and feeling like, oh, but it won't be no buts, because you would know. You would know. And if that person really wants you, they will show you. So walk away. Know your worth. Know your worth.
Know your worth.
Know your worth. Please know your worth. And don't let nobody take advantage of you. Don't settle.
She said.
Okay. Last topic. Hygiene tips for girls. Get out of my head.
What's some hygiene tips for that girl?
Clean your belly button.
What? First of all, I wasn't expecting you to say
Clean your belly. I had to learn that. Your belly button is dirty. You have to clean it with alcohol. Q-tip and alcohol and clean your belly button. It's telling me you don't clean.
I mean, I kind of got an Audi though.
Oh yeah, I don't care. Clean your belly button. Clean your belly button. I had to learn it. There just be so much dirt inside it, because it's like when you have an innie, it's dirty inside it because you washing your body. You just washing the surface part of it. You're not actually washing the interior part of it. Like especially having an innie. Clean your belly button. Get a Q-tip. Get alcohol and clean your belly button.
I would say no scented soaps. You know what I mean?
Vegetarian.
Yes. And do not wash your body and your face with the same rag.
And your vagina. Use 3 different rags.
Yes.
Don't use the same.
Do not use the same.
Don't do it.
And try not to use colored rags on your vagina. If you can, use a white, because colored rags do have dyes in them, and dyes can irritate your vagina. Or you can use your hands. You don't have to use a rag.
Or you can use an exfoliated glove. Because Amazon got theirs. That's where I got mine from.
Wear panty liners. Oh, and wear panty liners, okay? That's important. Every time you go to the bathroom, change your panty liner.
Get wipes.
Yes, use wipes. I honestly hate using tissue.
Even if you use tissue, use wipes every.
Yes, like carry no wipes with you. You want to stay fresh. You want to stay smelling good. Yes, you want to stay fresh, smelling good, and also cotton underwear. Now, if you're not wearing cotton underwear and you have a panty liner on, that's okay, because panty liners are made out of cotton. But cotton underwear are breathable. It allows your vagina to breathe. And you know, like if it's too moist down there, you can get things like yeast infections and just all types of stuff that you don't want. So definitely panty liners, no scented soaps. Use a different rag
for your body parts.
Yes.
Face, body for JJ.
Yes.
Another thing I've learned when I was 18 is filleting. Especially for the girls that get waxes or shades or anything like that. Just make sure you exfoliate and you use body scrub. Either use I use a glove scrub. It's like I don't know what it's called, but I believe it's glove scrub. I don't know what it's called specifically, but I use that to wash my body, and I use Dove or Tree Hut body scrub to scrub my body before I wash with just regular soap. Make sure you exfoliate, especially when you get a wax. Your vagina area needs to be exfoliated so you prevent bumps, black spots? Yeah, dark spots. Make sure you exfoliate and clean. Just clean your body. It's just, and it's refreshing. It really feels good afterwards.
It really does.
I would say, I don't really condone this, but I feel like personally I use it. Feminine wash. Cause I know you're not supposed to use soap down there, but sometimes I just be feeling like water and stuff don't be feeling clean. It don't be doing it. It don't do it. So I use feminine wash, and personally, I started just using this like 2 months ago. But I use Glow Melody or what's it called? Always that brand product or Vagisil. Is that what it's called? Vagisil. Vagisil. Not me saying just. Vagisil. I use those 3 brands to just wash my vagina. Cause you don't want your punani to be stinking.
Even if you don't use like feminine wash, Dove, sensitive skin is okay. Anything that's like unscented, and that's just a mild soap.
Yes. Or ask your doctor.
Yeah. And if you're unsure, ask your doctor. My doctor actually said that Dove is okay though, so I mean, if you want to use Dove,
but everybody's body is different.
Everybody's body is different. You're absolutely right. So
learn about your body and learn what works for you. Take that away. If you don't take anything away from this video, make sure you learn, and everything we talk about, learn from your own personal experiences.
Exactly.
Whatever works for you, works for you. What may work for us may not work for you, and it's like, yes, you could try it just to see. But when it comes to your body, it's your body and it's one of a kind. So learn what works for your body and then go about
and do what feels right to you for you.
Yes. Let's sums it all up.
This is a good video.
We ate this down.
Thank you guys for sending in questions. These were really good questions.
Very good. Very good. If y'all want a part 2, or y'all want us to do this more, or if y'all think we should create our own sisters channel, let us know.
Comment down below. What did y'all think about this video? What were some takeaways? And if y'all have any more questions, just
ask.
Yeah.
Or just tell us to do another video. We can do another video. But thank you for tuning in. If you stuck out through this video all the way to this end, you're a third one. We appreciate you. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Okay, out of my head. But yeah, what we said. Thank you. Bye. Adios.